Hey guys, it's me, Sparks, and we're back at it with another video. If I'm not wrong, I think this is my first video of a proper league race in F1 2020, as seasons are pretty much starting now. And yeah, PSGL started last week, but I didn't record, and it was a bit of an embarrassing race, to be honest, around Austria. However, we're here for Hungary, and you can hear me in the background. I left my audio on as I have been doing Twitch streams in my AOR races and just other stuff. But yeah, we're here for round 2 of PSGLF1 Hungary, and we're pretty much in a title fight. You wouldn't think it if you watched Austria, but we are in a title fight if we can sort ourselves out. And yeah, we're starting qualifying. But as you know, it's Hungary, so qualifying is very important, as track position is key around here. But going on to our first lap, we just want to get a solid banker just to build from that. In practice I was doing consistent 12.9 bankers and the odd 12.8 here and there, but starting our banker lap, you can see a bit of traffic on the right. That can be quite distracting, funnily enough. It can actually throw you off a bit. Our first corner was god awful, even for a banker. But yeah, we come to the end of our banker lap, covering the final corner. With this track, the softs are not really what you want to be on, but you only get one set of mediums, so everybody qualifies in the softs. But we come up to the line and it's a 13.1, which is not quick at all for a banker. But yeah, 13.1, it wasn't amazing, but it was something. This is our second lap, I believe. We're going to be just about 2 tenths up coming into the middle sector now. And we're on for maybe a 0.8, 0.7 if we can tidy up the last sector. But as you can see, 2 cars on the right hand side distract me big time. We go left, we go right, and oh, so close to going in the wall. And yeah, I was fairly lucky to not put it in the wall there. It was some save. You could say, I mean, I'm not saying it was deliberate from them, but people were positioning their cars very surprisingly in certain places. Coming into here though, I was on my outlap and I actually blocked my teammate on accident. I felt really bad. I didn't say anything, but I felt really bad about that. I tried not to say anything, but yeah, I felt so bad after that. I texted him, he was fine about it. Thank gosh it was my teammate I blocked. But yeah, I hate doing that type of things. But coming across to our final lap, or not our final lap, our second last lap, we come across and do a 12.7 just, and that puts us second, just half a tenth off Danny. And yeah, as I was saying, traffic is really bad around here, but people were positioning their cars in certain places just to distract you a bit. Which, I mean, fair play, you can do it. It's not against the rules in some senses, but it was quite annoying. But going on to our final run, which I can confirm was our pole run. We come out to the final corner, really want to get a wide entry and exit to get the best exit possible, and starting the lap. Use 8th gear for, I think it's the only time in the whole lap. Going into turn 1, you want to brake about 70 metres. Hit this apex at turn 1 to kind of drag the car and slip the rear end out. It was a bit of a scruffy turn 1, we lose just under maybe half a tenth. This turn 2 though was very clean, into 3rd gear up to 4th to minimise wheel spin and take as much of this inside curb as you can without scrubbing speed off. Got a McLaren on the right. Then up for turn 4, I think, as we want to fling it in, hope we don't go wide. We didn't go fully committed there. There's yellow flags everywhere, which isn't amazing. That corner there, you just want to miss the right hand concrete curb. The chicane, you want to maximise it as much as possible. Try not hit it too hard or you will get sent off the track. This sector, there is literally cars everywhere. I do not know how I've not been distracted. Danny sets a 12.6. We fling it into this right hander, pretty much flat now in these new modern cars. Use a bit of the left curb to rotate the car into this corner. Again, lots of traffic on the left. Use quite a late apex here, but then keep it as tight as you can throughout the whole thing. And then come into the last corner, a bit of a late apex, and keep it as tight as you possibly can. Coming up to the line, we go up to the line, and it is a 12.5, which was only a bit off my PB. It was about half a tenth off my PB, and I was very pleased with that. The middle sector wasn't amazing. I don't think the traffic helped, but overall, it was a very good lap. And yeah, I'll take it. And as you can see, a tenth we got pole by. They can complain all they want, but I mean, I got pole. I had traffic in my lap. I dealt with it best. and yeah, that's pole. So we beat Danny, which is pretty much the main objective there. Danny's, I'd say, one of the best all-rounded driver in the moment in the grid. So to beat him and Danny, to beat Danny in quali gives us the best chance of the race. It's Hungary, and yeah, we pretty much, he's the one you want to be ahead. But as you can see, it's an intermediate start, so I was actually very happy about this because intermediates is hard to overtake. It was just the start which is crucial now, because it's really easy to mess up the start in wets. But we're actually underfueling the car, as you can save fuel in the dry. Never mind the wet. The wet you can pretty much run lean everywhere and save tons of fuel. So yeah, pretty much the goal of the start was just to get a clean start and not cause anything, because one bad start here, it's impossible to pass in the dry, let alone the wet. But 5 red lights, and away we go for PSGL round 2, round Hungary. We get a decent start, actually, better than expected. We have a little bit of wheel spin, but that's normal. Onyx gets an absolute flyer compared to Danny. Danny drops down, same with Fernandez. Danny's dropped down to 4th. We have a slight lock up into turn 1, breaking just a bit too late, and a big snap on exit. Thankfully, we managed to keep it under control, using a bit more ERS than I would have wanted to. Going into turn 2 now, really easy to lock the inside left here and the front right, but we managed to keep it under control, and that was one of the most crucial points of the race. I could probably drive as slow as I wanted now, and still be in the lead by the time this wet period ends, because it's near impossible to pass in the wet. But that was extremely crucial, as Tara Limitless likes to say, to get a good start there, and I was really pleased with that. Now it's all about getting into rhythm, try not get penalties or warnings in the first stint. You really want to just get into a rhythm, get focused, get in a zone, and yeah, and I felt by even lap 2, I felt completely comfortable. Heading into this race, I don't know what it was, but I've never felt so confident heading into a race. Yeah, it was a really weird feeling, but as lap 3 we still set the fastest lap, and we've pulled a 1.2 second gap to Onyx, so pace is actually quite good in the wet. As I was saying though, I felt really confident. I've never felt this confident in the race. I don't think it was just pace, it was more of just motivation of wanting to get redemption after last race just being absolutely awful, and just wanting to prove myself. I mean, you're only as good as your last race, they say, so I really wanted to show what I was worth. I've not had a win in a while, so I really wanted to go out there, try and grab a win, and yeah, I think motivation and desire to win things, it just destroys anything else really. But as we head into lap 5 now, we're still setting the fast lap, but the tyres are really starting to heat up in the rears now, as it's Hungary, and the intermediates just aren't a good race tyre. In the wet, that is, at least not in the dry, of course. Come on to lap 8 though. As you can see, DRS has been enabled. It's came at pretty much the perfect time. It would have been worse if we were like crossing the pits and it came out. But as you can see, Pernins got past Onyx and he's 2.3 behind, and I was wary that he would hold me up. So what I done is I broke slightly earlier than usual going into the pits, just so he wouldn't hold me up and block me. I just let him go pretty much. And yeah, because if I get held, then I have a risk of Onyx getting past me, and maybe even Danny. So I'd rather lose maybe a second than lose a few positions, especially around Hungary. But pit stop was fairly average, and Onyx got held, as you can hear, if you can hear in the background, Danny and Jordan, my race engineer Jordan, speaking about it. But yeah, coming out of the pits now, we're onto the hards. They're very cold, and it's on a slightly damp track, so it's very difficult, especially when this whole tier is running no line. It's harder than it looks to adapt to the dry after coming out of the wet. The braking point has changed, the amount of speed you can carry changes. It can take quite a while for some drivers to actually adapt back to these conditions. But yeah, we've got nearly just about a 2-second gap to Pernens. I was taking this out lap very cautious. I did not want to bottle it at all. I was very wary of how easy it is just to have one snap and then all your hard work is done. So, but as you can see up ahead, we've got BDG Fabi and BDG Louis, both the BDG drivers, and they've not pit yet because they would have got held, as we have a little bit of a snap there in that right hand there. But yeah, they've not pit yet, so I've got to somehow get by Lou here, and as you can see, he's going really slow. I say his name a bit like, can you let me by? But even if there was no point, yeah, exactly. You can hear me in the background. I wasn't exactly happy, and that lost me about half a second to 7/10, and Prenen's got in DRS, and that was a very crucial moment of the race. If he didn't get in, I might have been able to sit out a DRS, and it would have been a bit more comfortable. Who knows? In hindsight, that is. We can always say this, that, and whatever after the race. However, you can see it's got a lot more sunny coming onto lap 16 now. Or 17 should I say, and we've got Prenen's all over the back of us. We've got pretty much no ERS, and Prenen's is going for this win. So he got very close. I didn't defend. I didn't really see a point in defending. Coming out of this corner though, it looks like he's very close now, so we actually do defend. Going into turn 2, we break as late as possible without going too wide, and then we give him a very big squeeze. We're not having any of it, and we shove him onto the curb and leave him hanging. But he's going to come back at us at turn 4, the fast left-hander, and he just backs out last moment, which is very smart from him. You do not want to go side by side there. And you can see me using some interesting language in the heat of the moment, and yeah, we just need to keep doing what we're doing there. But the issue with Hungary is, even if you don't use your ERS button, you don't save any. You can't save any ERS when you don't click it because you're running so much downforce. So I was maybe tapping it for half a second to a second and exited turn 1, and that was it. I wasn't using it anywhere else, and I was just, my heart was in my mouth. But as you can see behind us, you saw a red arrow there. Danny sent it down the inside of Prenen's, and he made a mistake, nearly spun, half spun pretty much, and now he's all the way down into 4th. And I was hoping Prenen's had damage from that, but sadly he didn't. Sadly in my books, obviously not sadly for him. He would have been relieved. But yeah, he's all the way down in 4th, and that's very good because Danny, we know he's one of the title contenders. He's the main prospect for the title, but that's not to count out anyone else. But coming on to lap 29, Prenen's is still coming for us. Going into turn 1, he's going to try and go round outside. We bang wheels slightly. We don't leave him too much room, about half a car's width, and we squeeze him off. He's going to attack us back into turn 2, and it looks like he will not. And that was a fairly easy defensive move. I've learned from the past to get my elbows out a bit. I've been called a fairy in the past, but I think that won't be classified anymore, hopefully. On to lap 34 though now, the second last lap, penultimate lap. This is pretty much Prenen's second last chance. He's going to try and have a wee move into turn 2, but we have to defend. We go a bit wide, which could mess us up here, but Prenen's can't get a move on us. And now it's just one more lap, 2 more straights, and then we've just got to keep it under control. Keep in mind that I was 1 warning away here from a penalty, so I was driving as carefully as I could. But coming on to the last lap and the last straight of attack, we used all of our ERS, the 8% that we had really, and it went up to 7/10 momentarily there. I'm actually surprised he didn't save enough ERS to go behind, go for an attack. 'Cause he had DRS, he didn't even have to use his ERS. I was actually slightly shocked he didn't send one. And yeah, it was more comfortable than I thought. But now I got past those first 2 straights, I knew 80% of it was going to be a win. But coming up to this left-hander, I really didn't want to get a penalty. You can see how cautious I'm being, not riding any of the curves pretty much. Prenen's is all over me. As I said, I'm 1 warning away from a penalty, and I've never drove so conservatively in my life. I was driving so slow, it was unbelievable. And pretty much the whole race I was driving so slow just to not get another warning, because another warning would drop me down to 4th, I think it is, in pens. So that's how close this tier is, and I really didn't want to get one. But coming into the last sector now, again, it's just all about getting no penalties. It's so crucial not to get penalties, as I was saying. But coming around the second last corner, we're going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. 5th win in PSGLF1, and I'm just going to let you listen to this reaction.
Yes! Fuck yes! Fucking back, baby! Let's fucking go! Vamos.
I'll fucking show them.
It's only got 8.
Sparks is back, baby. Eagle's not doing too bad after all.
Better than 0,
And as you can see, I was fairly happy about that race win. But that's my first race win this season. I've won every race I've done in each season. Not every race I've done. I've won a race in every season I've done. That's how I was meant to say it. I wish I won every race I've done. But yeah, that's first. Danny finished 8th, which is really good for title hopes and everybody else's title hopes, not just mine. And if I'm not wrong, I think I might be leading the championship. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that one. I think we'll find out sooner than later. But yeah, that was probably one of the best races I've driven defensively. The only thing I really think I could have done better in that race is maybe save more ERS in the wet stint. I didn't realise it was going to end so quickly. I thought I could maybe save a bit more, but the track dried up so quickly and so unexpectedly. I didn't really have time to save ERS, and that I think that kind of hindered me a bit. But probably one of the best drives I've done in a while. And in terms of all roundness, got pole, pretty much led every lap on the track, and got no penalties. It would have been nice if I got the fastest lap, but sadly we couldn't have done that. And yeah, it was a pretty good race from my side. However, that's been me. We should see more PSGL videos. AOR will be starting early September, I think, so they'll start to get up and running as well soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Leave a like, comment. Any feedback is very welcome. I hope you tune in for the next one. It will be PSGLF1 not season, round 3, round Britain. Hopefully that goes well so I can make another video on that race. But as always, it's been me, Sparks, and I'll see you next time.